All right, welcome in, guys. MTG GAME STATE. Got some pretty decent cards, some jumpstart, some old school hitters with some new life. It's gonna be really good, I promise. So let's get into it. All right, I digress. So what we got going on for card one of my list in my research I was doing, I thought this was weird because I saw this in Ket, and I always thought it was a banger card in Commander. But it's in Jumpstart 2022. And those cards are actually getting they're pretty, the cards that are cheap and old that appeared in Jumpstart 2022 are more expensive than their older printings. It's pretty insane. So first on the list, I'm sounding the alarm, Prowling Serpopod. And a Serpopod is actually a cat snake. It's actually a real creature, I think, from Egyptian lore. This is a 3-drop cat snake, 4/3. Can't be countered, which is great. Creature spells you control can't be countered. That's amazing. I'm seeing basically, it's trending up. Sorry, this is the Ket. We don't want the Kitty Cat. We want the 2022 Jumpstart. So market's listing high, but they're buying low. Market average listing at $5.40. Sorry, average listing at $3.65, but the market's buying at $1.92. Pretty interesting. So that means people are getting alarmed by this card and listing high on the market, and people haven't just bought it cheap yet. I mean, people haven't like caught on yet, and they're just gonna keep buying cheap because they're not gonna pay $5 for a $2 card. It's kind of basically, I'm kind of saying it's inflated. We have it's being used in a current deck. Mono Green Stompy is a classic archetype. So let's see, we got Mono Green Stompy as of January 27th, 2024. This was used in a Pioneer tournament, I guess. And like I said, it stops countering, so that's always good, and it's a big creature. Still, the Ket card version, the OG print, it's a $3 card. It's old set. It's kind of seeing steady growth. I don't think people really care about this printing. It's more about the Jumpstart 2022 for some reason. Probably because it has like limited press. All right, moving on. Dolmen Gate. This is for any of the OGs. You know this card. You love it. Coming down with Mono Green Stompy. Yeah, buy, sell. This is it. So, what's cool about Dolmen Gate is it's a Dolmen Gate, bro. What more can I say? But no, this is an OG card from Lorwyn. That's a set that even I wasn't playing Magic cards. I think it was like 2009. I wasn't even playing Magic cards at this time. But it's basically a great, useful artifact in most decks. This would be like the equivalent of a tech card, I'd say. It's an artifact, 2-drop, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control. I personally love this card in Commander. I wonder why it's seeing growth. It got reprinted a lot. Market is buying at $10. Average listing is seeing $18. It's pretty crazy. It is the Stonehenge Spinal Tap couldn't afford. It takes you to another dimension. Lorwyn stones resonate with the place from which they have hewed. Though taken far, still they call their home when silence is upon the land. Sorry, I'm just reading the flavor text there. Magic cards have flavor text. It's one of my favorite parts about them. So, really, it was only reprinted in Mystery Boosters. I guess I have a lot of this card. I open Mystery Boosters a lot because I have a lot of Dolmen Gates. And Mystery Boosters is just a reprint like set. It's like a holiday special set. But it's a $16 card. Okay. So the OG is just, it's not in any recent decks, so it's just catching up to where its mystery booster. Basically, there's only one printing of this and then another printing. And the other printing, again, classic, we mentioned this on the last MTG Game State. This is printed in more of a harder to get supplementary set, not like a main like featured set. So it's a premium buy, guys. This is a premium buy. If you need it, now's the time to get it. $20, $16, it's a good buy-in even for a single priced card. Again, I think this is really only seeing use probably more in Commander than anything else. And people are just catching on that it's good. Dude, we gotta watch Spinal. I got Spinal Tap on VHS. Moving on, this is an OG card that is seeing new life. Seismic Assault from Exodus in a super OG set. 3-drop red enchantment. Discard a land card, so this is really great in Commander for Lands Matters decks like I have. Seismic Assault deals 2 damage to any target. Legal in Commander, legal in Vintage, Legacy, and Modern. Now, we're seeing shooting up. Average price being listed is $9. Market buying in at $3.60. Crazy, crazy, guys. I'm telling you. That means people are listing high, but people are buying low, and the reason is it's not reserve list, but this is in some modern decks, actually, like Sultai. The most recent Sultai deck this was used in modern was February 5th. It's weird this is Sultai because this is basically just Jund, but what do I know? It is being used though, guys. So I just thought it was weird. I think it's really more so good in Commander than if it is being used in Modern, that's great. It's always great when new Modern archetypes are opened up because that format is kind of dying-ish. Look what they did to my boy Tarmogoyf. Oh, you hate to see it. 2 of them for $9.73. Shit, this used to be a... Bro, this card Tarmogoyf, we'll take a little side bunk talk real quick. They reprinted the shit out of them. But this used to be like a $100 card. Almost a $200 card from 2015 and just sinking. I'll put it in chat so you can see. This is real stock market shit, dude. This is the world we live in. Yeah, dude, they massacred our boy. It's because they hurt the deck that he was really good in the modern format of Magic cards. That's why. And then they just reprinted the fuck out of him to fuck with us. But that's not the honorable mention. That was our side talk. Honorable mention is another land card that I've actually seen, and I played in a game against this card, and it wrecked my life, surprisingly. And you'd be surprised. Homeward Path. This is a land card. Taps for 1 mana, 1 colorless. Each player gains control of all creatures they own. Legal and Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. So this came out in the first Commander set. So it's already pretty pricey. You get in Magic cards, there's spells that steal your cards, your opponents can use, that they could steal your cards and use them against you. This card kind of stops that. And I got shut out because I have a deck that only steals people's cards, and this card ruined my whole life. So we're seeing average listing at $14, market buying in at 13. Kind of seeing average listing 14, market rounding down to 11 is what they're buying in at. That's okay. It's still from the first Commander set, so this is from again, it's reprinted a lot, but again, in older Commander sets, it's in the Lord of the Rings set in a specialty frame. That's pretty desirable. It's a Judge promo. They don't make those anymore. It's also a secret layer, and secret layers are kind of monthly drop variants that you could buy directly from the people who make Magic cards. If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. Just Google secret layer. You'll figure it out. So again, it's just kind of one of those classic things. Again, we love to say on the show. It's a card that's reprinted, but it's reprinted in more premium sets, so it commands a higher value. It's not printed in just any standard set, okay? And it wrecked my life. So that's my honorable mention for Homeward Path. That's the MTG Finance we got all for today. So let's see what chat's got to say. You remember when it was rare? There's a great card that just got oriented that would go great with it. It's a bird. I have to give you the bird. You gotta give me the bird, bro. Put it in chat. Let me know what the bird is. Bird is the word. So, yeah, that's the market watch. That was a pretty intense one. I love the questions, guys. Keep asking me questions about MTG. It really keeps me on my toes, and I do have a lot to say, surprisingly, about this stuff. Sometimes it's just I'm going and running the show. I kind of got what I want to say in my mind, but interrupting me is totally welcome. I'm always reading comments. I'm always reading the chat. I got a lot to say. Oh, coveted falcon. All right. We'll look it up. So, are you saying Homeward Path is good with coveted falcon? It's also being used in a Legacy Prison deck, which is pretty nuts. Oh, this is in the new set. Okay. When Coveted Falcon attacks, gain control of target permanent you own but don't control. You could disguise it. When it's turned face up, target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents you control. Draw a card for each one they gained control of this way. So basically you flip it, and then you can flip it over, give your shit to all of your opponents. Pardon me. And when you attack, you can get your shit back. Turn face up, target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents. The thing about Magic cards is, too, they kind of have tricks. They kind of have... What you see isn't always what you get, so I'm kind of trying to decipher this one. Shapeshift your ships. If you have, if you have comments, let me see. Okay. It's kind of breaking my brain, yeah. Give them all your lands except the one, then use the land to get everything back. Oh! Give them everything with his ability, then use the land to get your creatures back and just stomp on them. Oh my lord. I gotta hit the bull. This is... So in Magic cards, guys, like I said, what you see isn't always what you get. They kind of love doing a little magic in Magic. And sometimes the cards break our brains. And a lot of the newer cards, just look how wordy this is. I don't know, that's crazy. You can give them any permanent, so lands and creatures, yeah, and then you fill your deck with shit that would normally hurt you, but it's hurting them. You know? I'm picking up what you're laying down.